What's going on? We're officially live doing this live streaming feature again from my iPhone because it's awesome, it's easy, and I like that instant interaction. And as always, I've got to wait like a minute or so before people realize that I'm live because I just do this kind of spur of the moment. I've had a lot of people ask me, when are you going to do the next one? I don't have any set time, plan for this. It just happens. So it happens when it happens. It's just whenever five people viewing. Awesome. How's everybody doing tonight? So my man, Roberto Jordan, what's up, man? Oh, howdy, what's going on, man? How you doing? Arts Toys, what's going on, everybody? First off, I wanted to ask everybody, are you guys going to watch the Oscars on Sunday night? Silly Broad Productions, Rory, Sandra Webster. Thank you. I love these live chats as well. The live streaming feature is awesome. Long overdue on here for YouTube. So happy. It's so easy to do. I can just click on it. And again, I love that instant interaction. It's awesome. But yeah, let me know. Are you guys going to watch the Oscars this Sunday, the 89th Academy Awards? I know a lot of people aren't into it, but I don't know. I like the pageantry of it, the celebration of cinema, stuff like that. So I actually filmed my Oscar predictions video right before this. So I'll probably post it like tomorrow. So when I get out of work, but yeah, so I pretty much do these whenever I get out of work. People are, saying, oh, they're different times. I think it maybe shows up different time zones for you guys, but usually I'm out of work by like 5 or 6, depending on the day. So I usually do them, I don't know, around 7 to 9 range is when I've been doing them. With their free bags are awesome for sure. No award shows for you? Aw. Hell or High Water should have been nominated for Best Picture. It was nominated for Best Picture. I actually don't think it should have been nominated for Best Picture. I like the movie. I'm just super picky. Like, I feel like half the nominations shouldn't be on the board. That's just me. I think Silence from Scorsese should have been nominated. I think Nocturnal Animals should have been nominated. I think a bunch of other films deserve nominations over some of the ones that were. Heck, I'd put Jackie over a bunch of the ones that were in there. Hidden Figures. Fences, no, Hell or High Water I probably wouldn't put on there either. Nocturnal Animals was one of my favorites of the year. Senate Creep, what's going on, man? Always good to see you on here. I didn't check out your recent video. It popped up. I haven't to watch later list. Was it the $100 haul that you went on for the Out and About? Hacksaw Ridge. Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge is definitely deserves to be on there for sure. For me, it says right on like the Blu-ray cover, best war movie since Saving Private Ryan, and I fully agree on that one. The cinematography is second to none for a war film, and again, I'm a big fan of Mel Gibson directing and acting wise. His personal life, he's super crazy. That's a given. You just got to push that off to the side, kind of close your eyes to it. But I loved him in Bloodfather and Get the Gringo, 2 underrated movies. Did great acting wise in that. And again, I'm a big fan of Apocalypto, which was before Hacksaw Ridge. That was a while ago now, but yeah, I love Apocalypto. Actually, I've been missing out on getting the Blu-ray for that. I haven't done one of those pickups where I've been able to find really good deals in a bit, but I've just missed that Apocalypto Blu-ray in different like lots. I have a chance to get it, but I just gotta. The guy's selling them is in the city, so he said he's willing to ship them. But yeah, I'm gonna do that because I've been wanting the Apocalypto Blu-ray for a while. Yeah, the live streaming features are awesome. I think everybody should do it. I've had a lot of people ask me about it. It's funny, I didn't even know this was a thing until it just randomly popped up, and I on my main account right here, I didn't get any notification through YouTube, but I have an account from like when I first started making videos from like years ago, and I got a notification. You can now do live streaming. I haven't used that channel in, geez, I don't even know, like 7 years or more. You're cute. Thanks. Yeah, well, I'm big into movies, so it's my passion, obviously. Faulty7981, what's going on, man? So yeah, it's funny. I got the notification on that channel that I haven't used in years, but not this main channel about it. So that's weird because I know Logan Toxic said he didn't know about it either. I think they haven't sent out an email. I just happened to find it on my phone randomly one time. Omar Little, what's going on, man? Omar Little, thank you so much for telling me about the Heat Blu-ray. April, you're texting me, and you're on here too in the live chat. You're funny. Did you get a new dog, by the way, April? Let me know. I saw a video, I think, on there. Just finished watching Hacksaw Ridge. Wow is right. Hacksaw Ridge was incredibly impressive. The cinematography was, again, for me, second to none for a war film. And I love the end of the movie for Hacksaw Ridge where they showed the real Desmond Doss and some of the other military people talking. I thought that was amazing. My shelf setup is actually... all the bookcases are done. I just have to organize them. And it's... Oops, sorry. You have to keep the comments scrolled by your finger. But yeah, I started a complete Blu-ray collection video like a few weeks ago, and I still haven't finished it. So I kind of like... It's kind of weird. It's going to be so choppy when I do the video finish. Or maybe I don't want to really scrap it because it's taken a while to do. So it's all of a sudden there's going to be like new bookcases. You're just going to have to go with it. So I want to kind of finish that before I organize everything. And then everything will finally be done, and I'll be able to alphabetize, and my OCD could be culled, and I'll be all right. What's going on, Pinoy Ride? I love seeing you on here. You're here pretty much almost all the time. You missed one. April says, I go on there. I don't really like a lot of posts on there. Every now and then I'll like a post. But yeah, the dog's adorable, by the way. But you should get it for sure. Cinecreep, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have this whole little office area in here, and then there's the one which is all horror Blu-rays, and then I've got this one right here, which I still have to put a lot of stuff on the floor, which I've got stuff everywhere, all over the floors. And then here is the other two bookcases, and this one is all Criterion's, Twilight Time, Disney, TV shows down at the bottom, Arrow Video, Digibooks, Steelbooks. And then over here is the rest. Go ahead and show you. There's horror DVDs, regular DVDs, Blu-rays, and more stuff all over the floor. And then my dog, Wrigley. Say hi. And I actually still have a bunch more DVDs, like probably like 1,000 more DVDs, and I have some over at my mom's place, and then I have some in the closet over here in a couple boxes, and I have a few Blu-ray box sets as well. So I actually want to get rid of some of the DVDs because I didn't realize I still had that many DVDs, because I had only initially planned to have like the one for horror DVDs, the bookcase, and then another bookcase for just regular DVDs that aren't out on Blu-ray yet. And I've been trying to, thin down the collection, but it's difficult. Let's see. Michael Del Moral, what's going on? Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Just reading through the comments. It's midnight here in the UK. Oh, thank you for staying up for me. I appreciate that. That's awesome. There's a couple TVs in the house. That TV is, I believe, only 46 inches, but there are bigger ones. There's a 4K TV in the house, too. So, do you have any Blu-ray Steelbooks to sell? No. I've had people ask me, are you selling any 4K Ultra HD releases, any Steelbooks, Criterions? None of those are for sale currently. Sarah, what's going on? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Even though I have a lot of movies, I've gotten rid of a ton of movies, and I'm not one of those types of people that just keeps movies just to have them. Like, I've gotten rid of a few 4K HD releases just because I wasn't a fan of the movie, like the one with Kevin Hart and The Rock, Central Intelligence. I hated that movie. I would never want to watch it again. I think they had great chemistry, but the plot was just super weak, and it really wasn't that funny. And then Snow White and the Huntsman, I got rid of that one too. And great cinematography in it, beautifully shot, but the movie was just awful. And there was one other one I got rid of too for a 4K Ultra HD release. Cinecreep, what are your thoughts on the Phantasm movies? There's my thought on the Phantasm movies, right there. I'm actually getting rid of that sphere. I've had that sphere for so long, and I never did a proper unboxing for it. It's the DVD set from the UK, which cost me like crazy money back in the day. But the Blu-ray release here, I think, is just in a standard box, which stinks, because over in the UK, they're releasing it in a sphere. So I'm actually going to get that Blu-ray sphere set. I do like the Phantasm series. I haven't seen Ravager yet. Movie Mouth, what's going on? Did you see my message I saw the message, but I couldn't reply to whatever. When I went to the video, it didn't come up. Maybe it's marked as spam. I don't know. I got to double check. I saw it, but for whatever reason, it wasn't appearing underneath the video. I don't have a scanner. Sorry. Are you trying to buy 4K from now on for new releases? Depending on the movie. Like I don't generally probably yes. Like I really want to get the Hacksaw Ridge 4K. I was debating about getting the Steelbook, and then a lot of people are like get both. And the Steelbook does look sweet, but I'm trying to not buy tons of different editions. Although that movie is a phenomenal film, so I might make exceptions for like all-time great kind of films. And for me, that's up there for one of the best war movies ever, in my opinion. But yeah, the 4K release, I'm looking forward to picking that up for sure. Sarah says Ravager was okay. Okay, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Ravager, but of course, Angus just passed away recently. Uh, April. uh, it's funny to see there's somebody in here that I know in real life that's watching right now, and she texted me too, which is funny to me. But Jay, my name is Jay. Do you have any Stephen King movie recommendations? There's a ton. There's a bunch that I consider that are underrated, like Night Flyer or Storm of the Century. Those are a couple ones that I love that are super underrated that don't get enough love. Storm of the Century and Night Flyer both deserve Blu-ray releases. Night Flyer has to do with a vampire, and I love the ending scene to that one. And he's kind of flying around, which is cool. But Storm of the Century is such an amazing one. I love movies with a snowy setting, and that has that too. It was a that one was actually, I think, a TV miniseries one. April, when are you not? Hacksaw Ridge. Oh wow, that is on a projection 12 foot wide. Absolutely, I bet that looks amazing too, for sure. Hacksaw Ridge blew me away. One of my favorites for 2016. Nocturnal Animals. One of my favorites. A couple of my favorites are ones I never hear anybody talk about. The Wailing, which is a Korean horror movie, but it has like a genre blend. Deals with comedy, crime, thriller, but it's definitely horror, especially by the end. That's my favorite movie of 2016. Then Nocturnal Animals, and then Under Fire, which is a documentary about a private first class who was in World War II, and he took a bunch of photographs, and he just found them recently, and then he's still alive, so he went back to those locations where he was in the war, and it was just kind of very surreal to see that, and just a very moving documentary. And it's a shame it wasn't nominated for Best Documentary either. And then Children of the Mountain, which is a film from Uganda, which is another really heartbreaking movie, but a lot of great emotions in that one. It's another one of my favorites of the year for 2016. Are you pumped for Logan? I am. I'm very pumped for Logan. I believe it's rated R, correct? And yeah, it looks awesome from the trailers. I'm very excited for that one. Omar, do you have a favorite aspect ratio? That is surprising. I don't know if I really do. I'm not a big fan. Do I like kung fu movies? Yeah, as far as the aspect ratio, I don't really necessarily have a favorite per se. It depends. I don't really like full screen though. I can tell you that. Do you like kung fu movies? I do. I feel like I need to check out more kung fu movies. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. I haven't seen a ton of kung fu movies or a ton of Western movies. I've seen enough where I know a bunch of ones, but I'm sure there's a ton that I'm not aware of on my radar. I like Donnie Yen, Chow Yun Fat, so stuff like that is good for me. But yeah, is anybody else gonna watch the Oscars? No, I'm actually not a huge fan of the Fast and the Furious franchise. I mean, they're good for what they are, essentially, but I'm not. I don't even know if I'm gonna see it in the theater, so I'll probably wait for home video on that one. Just not a huge fan of those ones. What did you think? Oh, I actually just saw the Last Supper clip. Kind of worried about the movie now because the 4-minute clip they show is not impressive at all. I mean, I liked it for what it was. I don't necessarily love the cast. I'm not a big James Franco fan now. I used to like him a lot, but ever since he did 127 Hours, and then he did co-hosting the Oscars with Anne Hathaway, he just went downhill for me. I don't know what kind of drugs he was on during the Oscars co-hosting, but it seemed like he didn't want to be there, and Anne Hathaway is doing her best to hold that down, but that was the worst Oscar hosting job ever. And Danny McBride, I'm not a big fan of him either. He's now attached to the Halloween movie coming up. Thankfully, John Carpenter's still going to be on board and hopefully giving some opinions and advice for that. But I'm not a big fan of those two guys. So to see them there as James Franco, I think, is the captain for it. But I did see the clip. I liked it. I wasn't blown away by it. But Michael Fassbender, That was definitely a prelude for certain scenes when he that one lady was kind of like choking and Michael Fassbender hit her on the back. 36 Chambers of Shaolin. I haven't seen Split yet. I've heard great things. I haven't seen Split or I really want to see Get Out. That's the one I'm really excited for. I plan to see that if I can this weekend. That's the goal. But I haven't seen Split. I've heard good things though. Talk Movies with Us. What's up? I love the channel Talk Movies with Us. If you guys haven't checked them out, they're a couple. They do all kinds of reviews and updates and stuff like that. Definitely check their channel out. They actually just showed the Hacksaw Ridge Steelbook recently too. I have seen Tusk. I think Tusk. I did a review for that like ages ago, like a couple of years ago. To me, Tusk is like cinema absurd. I liked it for what it was. It was super ridiculous, super cheesy. I didn't like Johnny Depp's character at all, and he's playing that same character in Yoga Hosers as well. But yeah, Kevin Smith can do some goofy stuff, but I liked what he did with Red State. I like to see him do more darker horror movies. Any good recommendations for a good horror flick? There's a bunch right there, and there's Tusk, by the way, right, which I was able to get signed up by Kevin Smith. I do try to support Kevin Smith because I like most of what he's done. Cop Out was disappointing though. Depends on what kind of horror movie you're looking for, April. I was going to ask you guys what I should watch tonight. I have a few different ones that I was planning to watch. So out of these three, Train to Busan, which I still haven't seen. I've heard great things about. It looks like a mixture of 28 Days Later meets Snowpiercer. Looks like an infection movie on a train. So I've heard great things, been meaning to check it out. So that one's on the list. Or the newest release from Arrow Video, which is from 2016 too, We Are the Flesh, which looks super trippy and just super crazy. So I don't know too much more about it. All the adjectives on here are just carnal desire, sexually charged, nightmarish journey, bizarre, psychedelic, head trip, intense, outrageous, explicit. So all of that is just got me hyped for it. And then next up is one that I haven't heard too many people talk about. Actually, I haven't heard anybody talk about it. Trespass Against Us with Michael Fassbender and Brendan Gleeson. A heist movie gone wrong, apparently. Very short synopsis on there, but big fan of the actors, especially Michael Fassbender. And then I have a screening link for a movie called Brimstone with Dakota Fanning, Guy Pearce, and Kit, whatever that guy's name is. I think he was in Game of Thrones. I think he played Jon Snow. I haven't seen Game of Thrones yet. I know I'm way behind on that. But Brimstone, it looks like a Western movie. So I have a review link sent by the studio for that one, which I don't think it comes out in theaters until... It's a limited release one for like another couple weeks. So let me just read through the comments here. Sorry, wow, I'm way behind on the comments. I apologize about that. I definitely want to see Alien Covenant and Logan as well. I don't like Dan McBride. I haven't seen Eastbound and Down. I've only seen a couple clips from the show, but I haven't. From what I've seen, it just doesn't seem like my kind of comedy. It looks like stoner comedy, a little too much for me. I have not checked out the extras on the new Gate movie from Vestron Video. I think there's only a couple new things. I gotta double check. I actually got rid of my old DVD when I upgraded, so comparative to that, I can't really check it out, but I do plan to watch the special features on them because I love The Gate. It's one that I watched a lot growing up, and I actually watched it this past Halloween. We do need a Blu-ray for Critters. That's something I've mentioned before in the past. I'd like to see a box set for Critters and a box set for Ghoulies. Ghoulies has a double feature Blu-ray release from Scream Factory for the first two, but there's many more in the series. I think there's at least 4 in the Ghoulies series. But yeah, I'd like to see a box set for Ghoulies and Critters. I'm gonna do a Secret Stash soon. Awesome, yeah, absolutely. It's in Red Bank. Busan. A lot of ones. The Cop Out was very funny. I wanted to love Cop Out. I love the idea and the concept with the old baseball card, but there's no cast chemistry. And Bruce Willis, I know he had a big beef with Kevin Smith. He just seemed like he didn't want to do the movie at all. He just didn't seem like he was into it. And then him and Tracy Morgan did not really work for me. That's fine. Not everybody likes zombie movies. I love zombie movies. But Train to Busan, I think, is an infected movie. There's a slight difference, usually. My favorite David Fincher movie, that's a tough one. I know everybody loved the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo remake. I was not a fan. April, thank you again for the text message that you're sending me right now, even though you're on here. You can say that stuff on the message board on here, too. Nobody knows who you are, so... Although you do have a picture of yourself on there, so I have pre-ordered The Gate and cannot wait to see it. Oh, it's not, I thought it was already released. I mean, I got a earlier copy for it, but yeah, I love the Vestron video series. I can't wait to see what more they release. I'm very excited for them. It's this long overdue. They've had the rights for a lot of titles, and they're finally putting them out. Okay, I'm way behind on the comments. Forgive me. I'm just checking out here. Do you think excessive viewing of gore can have a negative psychological effect? If you're at a very early age, sure. As an adult, no. I think kids are now desensitized because horror movies have become way gorier. But as an adult, no. What's up, 80s horror fan 88? Would you say the first Michael Myers? Oh, that's actually, there was a couple actors that played him. Was it Tony Moran, Nick Castle? So either one of, I'd say, well, actually, Tony Moran, I think, only had a small, so I'd say it was Nick Castle, I think, played the majority of it. Because I think Tony Moran only had scenes towards the end of the movie. So, yeah, Train to Busan, cool movie. What are your thoughts on the Batman movie? Oh, the one where the director, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, it definitely seems to be falling apart for sure. And that's kind of a shame because I really liked Ben Affleck in that role. I was one of the few people when he was first announced, he got tons of hate, and I did a video how I thought he would be great, and I thought he was excellent in his portrayal of it. Movie Mouth. Oh yeah, that's right, there is a steelbook for the Ghoulies, but it's probably region locked. If it's not region locked, I'd be all over that. I meant to rent Goonies. That's fun though. Ghoulies is a fun, cheesy one. I actually have the poster for that somewhere. I need to put some posters up. I don't have a lot of wall space right now. I just ordered a poster too. Really looking forward to showing that poster off when it comes in. I'll do a video for that. I really want, yeah, the Blu-ray of The Hitcher. I actually, supposedly that was supposed to be released like years ago, like at least 2 years ago. I saw a listing for it on Blu-ray.com, and there was some talk about it, and then it just still hasn't happened. So I'm thankful that I ended up getting rid of my DVD and then finding another one for like $1. So the original Hitcher with Rutger Hauer is amazing. Love that film. Just found your channel. Love your content. Your passion really comes through. Thank you very much, Shane Palmer. I appreciate that. I do love getting on here talking movies. Most of my close friends are casual movie fans. They're not big into cinema, so I like coming on here and just kind of getting absorbed into that and just enveloped with all the rest of the passionate moviegoers and talking film. Game Over James 1, what's going on? Can't be it. Do you ever think they should do a darker Wizard of Oz? You know, as a kid, Wizard of Oz freaked me out when I was a little kid. I remember that I don't know, just being a little scary to me. And then there was always the rumor of somebody like hanging himself in a scene for Wizard of Oz. So I always think there's like some dark stuff with that movie. We just watched Neon Demon recently as well. I loved Neon Demon action. Nicholas Winding Refn, very trippy. He's a very nice, like very stylistic to all his films. Very stylistic look. I have seen it. For me, I'd say it's in my top 15 of 2016. I loved it. Know where I can get a framed poster of Logan? Probably on eBay. That's your best bet, I guess. You know, there was actually a Return to Oz. I remember that one freaking me out too when I was younger. Do you know of any or how many DVDs and Blu-rays that I have? Yeah, I have a ton. Blu-rays, I want to say a little over 3,000. DVDs, a little over 2,000. Actually, probably like 2,500. I have more DVDs than I realize. I'm trying to cut that down, actually. I have some unwanted Blu-rays. That is very generous, Omar Little. I have so many. I'm actually trying to get rid of some. So I'm trying to make sure that I have in my collection only movies that I would want to watch again. There's certain movies that I'm getting rid of. Even though I enjoyed the films, I don't really want to watch them again. Like there was the Lego Brickumentary. Very informative. If you're a fan of Legos, highly recommend that out. But I personally don't know if I would ever watch that again. So there's a whole bunch of ones. That's very generous, Omar Little. Let me know. Maybe, yeah, I mean, depending on what the movies are, absolutely. I think that's super cool and very generous. Only God Forgives is really, yeah, I actually liked that movie a lot. And it got a lot of hate. It was very brutal and bloody, but I absolutely loved I've loved everything Nicholas Winding Refn has done too. So Captain Fantastic, I have seen it. Viggo Mortensen was excellent. I liked everything about that film too. The ending, I wanted a little bit more from the ending with the one son, but I did enjoy that drive and only, yeah, everything that he's done I've enjoyed. Do companies send you free Blu-rays to review? I get this all the time. They're not free. We have to put in the effort of actually reviewing them and watching them, and it takes a while to get to that point. Like, I've been doing videos on here for years. There's a bunch of people on here that get review copies from different studios. But yeah, it is a nice perk, absolutely. But it can be time consuming and tedious to do those reviews, to watch the movies by a certain date and do the reviews by a certain date. And then if I'm actually doing a proper review, I have to edit. And editing can be a pain, especially on my computer. It can often take hours. And I use the YouTube video editor, which is not user friendly. But yeah, it's absolutely an amazing opportunity, and it's thankful to you guys who've supported me and watched my videos and stuff that I've been given that opportunity. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, the Pusher trilogy, that's one of his earlier stuff too. I actually have a review link for a movie coming out called Brimstone, which I'm interested in. It's a Western with Dakota Fanning, Guy Pearce, and Kit, whatever that guy's name is from Game of Thrones. So I do want to see that one. Every now and then they'll send review links and stuff like that. How has the original War of the Worlds not gonna... Actually, that's surprising. I never thought about that. I didn't realize that the original War of the Worlds doesn't. I know the Day the Earth Stood Still does, and a few others. Do you think digital media will become the norm anytime soon? Absolutely. I think streaming is pretty much close to the norm now. 4K Ultra HD is actually helping physical media a lot, so that's actually a good thing. And I think eventually digital will be the mainstay, but I think physical copies will still be there. There's enough people who are still interested in it, and I'm physical media fan for books as well. And I think what will happen is it'll be like limited releases, like Twilight Time and other companies do it, limited 3,000, limited 5,000 copies. They might be a little bit more expensive, but again, that'll be the only way, and there will still be a demand for physical media. So I mean, there's still a ton of people that just buy DVDs too. So yeah, quality, again, I think the quality will be better. And then as far as Netflix, they lose the rights to a lot of stuff, so there's always going to be demand for physical media. And I like having the option just to grab whatever off the shelf. So did I miss Movie Mouse? Oh yeah, no, I did see that one, yeah. 12... Yeah, I thought... Yeah, 12 Angry Men has already had a Criterion release here in the States for a long time. I want to say a couple years. What do you think about the weird zombie that Rick fought? Oh, I loved that. I initially called it Spike Zombie, but they gave it a name. Something with a W. I can't remember what it was now. Wilson? Not Wilson. Something like that, though. But yeah, that was amazing. That was super freaky and awesome. Probably the coolest looking zombie on Walking Dead so far. Yeah, 4K is definitely expensive. Could you do a video holding up the Hacksaw Ridge case straight? I did a video showing it like right before this yesterday, and uploaded a Blu-ray DVD update video with 19 pickups. Hacksaw Ridge was the first movie. All right, I'll go get it for you, Omar Little. Actually, should I do it in this video? I'll go ahead and do it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it in here. Where did I put it? Here we go. Let's get in here some better lights. For whatever reason, the other part of the room has terrible lighting. This has the best lighting. So for you, Omar Little, if you can see that, as I'll try to grab it as much as possible so you can get the whole... Is that good? Hopefully that's good. But there you go. Somebody wanted me to show the cover for Hacksaw Ridge because they were able to get, I think, the Blu-ray for cheap, and they wanted to scan a picture of the cover. Do you have figures, horror figures? I have a couple. I'm not too big into the horror figures. I have a few Funkos as well. I have an Elvira figure, a Jason figure. I think I have one other Jason figure. I have two of those. One is a NECA. I don't have them out right now for those figures, but I will show those soon. Again, I do have a bunch of Funko Pops. I'm actually going to start putting those things out on the new shelves. I want to get some 4Ks, but yeah, no, absolutely, they are expensive. Some of the players and TVs have gone down, especially during the Black Friday sales, and they're going to be bringing out more ones too. Yes, Skull Island is definitely one of my favorites that I'm looking forward to of the year. The trailers that they keep showing look amazing. I have not seen Lion. I haven't seen Lion, L, and there's one other one that I wanted to see this year that I haven't had a chance to check out. But yeah. Chris, what's going on, Chris? Are you a fan of video games alongside movies and books? I used to be play video games, but I haven't played video games in like years now, so I don't really play currently. But when I did play, I was mostly into like older games, retro, and then like sports games, especially basketball. Uh, and, yeah, I'll show it on another video. Absolutely, sure, I'll do that for you, Omar. Um, but yeah, so again, is there anybody else gonna watch the Oscars on here? I think I'm the only one. I wish there was like a whole special Oscar category for horror. I think that would be awesome. I think that's always overlooked. What is my favorite horror franchise of like the big ones, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th? I would say Friday the 13th is my favorite of the big franchise. I think Phantasm is actually kind of underrated as a franchise. They keep putting out a ton of different ones for. Next up is Cult of Chucky. I think that's the seventh Chucky movie. I think, and then Wrong Turn 7. I think. Yeah, I think Wrong Turn. Oop. All right. Yeah, I can't stay on here too much longer because I just got the notice. Low battery. Whenever I do these live streams, it kills my battery. I need to get a new phone. All the iPhones I've ever had, the battery life just dies after about a year and a half, 2 year mark, and I'm right about that right now. Cine Creep, thank you. Yeah, I might do a live stream during the Oscars. Let me know if you guys would be interested in doing that. We can kind of do a live stream together and talking about our thoughts of what's going on and who wins. That could be something kind of cool. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, Chris Jones. The USA is getting definitely ripped off for the Phantasm box set. We're just getting a regular box. The UK is getting the Sphere. Yeah. All right. I am gonna get ready to get off here in a second. Don't go. All right. But yeah. So I think the overall consensus was to watch Train to Busan tonight. So I think I'll probably watch that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the doing a live stream during the Oscars. I think that would be kind of fun. If there's enough people interested in it, I think I'll do that. Um, so yeah, let me know about that. But I'm gonna go for tonight. I'm gonna watch Train to Busan, and I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you guys for joining in for this live streaming. I plan to do a lot more live streams in the future because it's just a lot of fun, and I like that instant interaction. And look forward to a complete Blu-ray collection video coming up soon. And then I will reorganize and alphabetize. I might do a video going just doing that as well too. Take care, guys. Good night. Cheers.